Yeah, it's been a tough journey, like I said before. 8 months without playing tennis, just watching the other guys battling, and, just me staying in my bed or doing some recovery. was very long, very tough journey. My team knows how tough it was, but now it feels even better when I'm coming back like this, playing some great matches against great champions, and to be back in the final, it means a lot.
I spoke to your wonderful strength and conditioning coach, Lapo Beccarini, and he said bringing Goran Ivanisevic on has not only helped you, but it's helped the rest of the team. Do you agree with that?
I completely agree with that. He has a lot of experience, a lot of positive, to bring to everyone, to all the team, and to help me as well on the court, but especially out of the court, So, with Ivan Sinkus as well, the guys are doing a pretty good job. It was the birthday of Ivan yesterday, so I have to say happy late birthday, Ivan. I wish you had a great day, and yeah, that's it.
I think he'll be very happy. And just finally, you've got to play Carlos Alcaraz in the final. He is the undisputed world #1 right now. Do you believe with your whole heart that you can win?
If you believe, then maybe you can make it. So I believe 100%. Let's see tomorrow on the court, but for sure I'm coming on the court to fight.
Good luck, bonne chance, merci.
Merci.
The Frenchman, rival of the Spaniard in the final after overcoming a back injury, warns Carlos Alcaraz ahead of the match, "I have to believe in it." Arthur Fils has produced in Doha one of those comeback stories that elevate any sport. He had won 3 titles at the start of a promising career, Lyon in 2023 and Tokyo and Hamburg in 2024, but a back injury kept him out of competition from last July until early February, when he made an encouraging return in Montpellier, reaching the quarterfinals. In Rotterdam, however, he lost in his opening match to Alex de Minaur, who would go on to win the title. But at the Qatar tournament, while the spotlight was mainly on Carlos Alcaraz and Yannick Sinner, the 21-year-old Frenchman, currently ranked number 40 in the world, he was number 14 last season, kept winning matches until reaching the final, after defeating Czech player Jakub Mensik in Friday's semi-final. It's been a long 8-month journey, with many difficulties, back problems, a lot of training, but I'm very happy with the way we worked with my team. We made a great effort. We worked very hard. And now we are here, and I feel very good. I hope we don't stop now. However, it's not just for me, it's for the whole team, said Arthur, who has recently added a renowned coach to his staff, Goran Ivanisevic, former coach of Novak Djokovic. In Doha, the Croatian sat in Fils' box for the first time. Yes, it seems like he brings good luck, to be honest. He came this week. He's been here for 3 matches. 3 wins. His first final. Goran and Ivan Sinkus, his other coach, get along well. They are both doing well together, and so far, so good. He has already shared a lot of his experience, without even realizing it. 3 days isn't much. But he told me about some of his matches, about how other players handled certain moments. So thanks to his experience, I'm starting to manage the important moments of my matches better, said the bountiful native. The Spanish tennis player Carlos Alcaraz expressed satisfaction with his performance after reaching the final of the ATP 500 in Doha with a demanding victory over Russian Andrei Rublev, the defending champion. The Mercian highlighted his ability to stay calm in key moments as one of the decisive factors. If you want to find the solution to a problem, you have to stay calm. It's something I'm working on. When I play and get angry because I'm not performing at my best, I get frustrated, he said in statements collected by the ATP's official website. Alcaraz explained that during the match he managed to remain composed and think clearly to counter difficult moments. I've been very calm, thinking clearly and being positive. Those are the moments when you can find solutions to problems, he stated. The world #1 emphasized that he is aware of his potential every time he steps onto the court and valued his mental development. I know what I'm capable of. I'm very proud of the way I approach each match. It's something I've been working on and I'm reaping the rewards, he indicated. Carlos Alcaraz has reached a turning point in contemporary tennis. With the conquest of the last major pending in his resume, the Spaniard becomes the youngest player to complete the career Grand Slam, a milestone that redefines expectations for the new generation. The news has an immediate impact on the rankings, the sporting narrative, and the projection of Spanish tennis in the short and medium term. What this achievement means: completing the 4 Grand Slam tournaments, Australian Open, Roland Garros, Wimbledon and the US Open, is a summit that has historically defined legendary careers. Achieving it at such a young age adds an exceptional dimension. We are talking about a career condensed into years that, for many, should still be about consolidation. The value of the milestone is not limited to one more trophy. On the one hand, it confirms Alcaraz's ability to adapt to different surfaces and styles. On the other, It sets a new benchmark in the conversation about who will dominate the tour over the next decade. High-level tennis demands adaptability. Each Grand Slam presents different conditions, climate, and crowds. For a player to prevail in all 4 venues requires not only technical quality but also mental stability and calendar management. For Alcaraz, the success consolidates an accelerated trajectory that has drawn comparisons since his first results on tour. However, it also raises practical questions about career management, match load, tournament selection, and medium-term personal goals. Reactions and signs for the future. In the hours following the announcement, national and international voices focused on 2 lines, celebrating the achievement and speculating about his next competitive objective. Coaches, former players, and analysts view the milestone as confirmation of early maturity, but they also remind that sustaining performance is the real test. If Alcaraz maintains his physical and competitive rhythm, the career Grand Slam may be just the first chapter of a career aspiring to even greater records. If injuries or wear appear, the same achievement will stand as the historic reference point of a brilliant and compact period. The true scope of this milestone will be revealed over time, whether it launches an era dominated by one figure or remains the crowning moment of a generation. For now, the result has already rewritten part of the sport's history and forces all actors, players, coaches, organizers, and fans to rethink the narrative of modern tennis. In a show of maturity, the world number 1 was blunt about his tennis identity. I admired Roger Federer and Rafa Nadal when I was younger and tried to imitate things, but as you grow up you try to define yourself. I haven't imitated anyone. For me, this is simply being Carlos, said the Spaniard, distancing himself from those who look in his game for Djokovic's backhand or the Mallorcan's fighting spirit. The challenge of decision-making? Alcaraz, who will play his 12th final in the last 13 tournaments, acknowledged that his greatest virtue is also his greatest challenge, managing his talent. With an almost infinite repertoire, the Mercian admitted that the speed of the game sometimes works against him. Sometimes I make mistakes because I don't choose the right shot. Tennis is about making decisions in about a second. When you have 3 or 4 options in your head and you have to choose one, sometimes you pick the wrong one. It's complicated, but that's how I play and I have to accept it, explained the protege of Juan Carlos Ferrero. Surprise over Sinner and the danger of new talents. The day in Qatar was marked by the unexpected defeat of Jannik Sinner to the young Jakub Mensik, a result that did not go unnoticed by the world number 1. Although he admitted his surprise, Alcaraz sent a warning about the overall level of today's tour and the lack of consistency that, for now, allows him to keep his distance. I was surprised that Jannik lost, I won't lie. But I know what players are capable of nowadays. Someone like Mensik is really dangerous when he has a good day and can beat anyone, including myself, he concluded. A reign of 66 weeks at the top. With the confidence of someone who has already accumulated 66 weeks at the top of the ATP rankings, Alcaraz will seek his first title in Doha tomorrow. His objective is clear: to maintain consistency to prevent the gap with his pursuers from narrowing. Carlos Alcaraz loses his temper with the chair umpire in Doha. ATP rules are crap. The Spanish tennis player showed great frustration in his match against Karen Khachanov after receiving a warning for taking too long to serve. To speak of Carlos Alcaraz is to speak of intensity. Of a player who lives every point as if it were the last, who competes with body and soul and who rarely hides, even when things go wrong. In Doha, that personality was once again on display. In his quarterfinal clash against Karen Khachanov at the ATP in Doha, the Mercian lost his temper after receiving a warning from the chair umpire for delaying his serve. The warning did not sit well, and Alcaraz was quick to show his anger. "Okay, I'm not allowed to go to the towel," he said with evident irony, starting a discussion that would mark the rest of the game. Shortly afterward, the Spaniard responded with his racket and won the game to go up 5-4 in the first set. But the tension did not fade. The dialogue with the umpire continued, and the tone escalated. "I can't invent more time," she replied, trying to settle the dispute. Far from calming down, Alcaraz then directed his anger toward the ATP supervisor. "ATP rules are always crap. The Spanish player argued that the clock had started too early. He was coming off a long point, with the crowd still applauding, and had barely had time to recover, not even to reach his towel.